And hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, good morning, or good afternoon. Depends on where you are around the globe. This is Vladoman, and you're watching StarCraft 2 Amateur Championship. Today, we're going to be casting two sets of games. First is going to be NNM versus Kira. It's going to be a Diamond League TvP from Group A. And then we're going to follow it up with Daniolo versus Frost. I'm just gonna double check, see if I'm pronouncing their names right. Doniel. Sorry. So, hello to everybody who's watching. Hello to Metagame System. This is Wisdom, of course. None other. Hello to ELMOP Scorpion, our great moderator, and of course, Ed Majo. How are you doing tonight or today? Well, it's night at least for me. So, um, without further ado, let's jump into the first game of tonight's best of four. Of course, the games are casted from replay. So let's see how this will go. Uh, as I said, oh, the first game is gonna be NNM versus Kira, and NNM is a teammate of mine. So we'll see how it goes. Alrighty, let's begin. In the top left corner, this is the representative of RBP3, the Pink Terran on Ephemeral. Let me hear you for Arab! And his opponent in the bottom right corner, the Purple Protoss with the shiny probes. This is from Team Confed. Let me hear you in the Twitch chat for Kira! Alright. And the game begins. Let's see how it goes. A gateway opening. Nothing non-standard for the moment. Hello, StarCraft Community League. How are you doing? Very glad that you're watching us tonight, or as I said, today. We got 6 viewers, by the way, which is absolutely great. Now, let's see what this SCV is going to look at. We see the probe here is going to start the Nexus, and an M barely blocking it, but not quite succeeding in this. By the way, tell me in the Twitch chat if the sound is okay. And successfully blocking actually the simulator. Not sure if by coincidence or in purpose, but still pretty good. Cybernetics core goes down, as well as command center on the high ground from NNM, who is making a full wall to his main right now. A Reaper is gonna go out, gonna snipe that probe actually, which is not going to see, actually sees the command center, which is absolutely great, as you can see. Now, at this point, Kira knows everything that's going on, except this factory here, which, if you think about it, is actually pretty crucial. Let's see now, following this Reaper here is gonna go into the main, and what's in there to greet it? Absolutely nothing except the shield battery. Actually, oh, okay, there's an Adept. Successful grenade here. And the Reaper is gonna go back. The Adept chasing it, but not quite getting it. On the Terran side of the map, we see the factory almost finishing up, as well as the command center. A thing that NNM is famous for, and for sure was famous for before, was his battlecruiser timings and battlecruiser plays in general. And we see already the starport here, N&M going for the 1-1-1, but this adept here is gonna cause quite a few shenanigans. Sees the factory with the reactor, but doesn't see the starport here. Oh, okay, sees it now. Sees the command center, which is floating. 2 Hellions is gonna go out, trying to deal with the adept, which is gonna happen quite successfully. The adept shades, but doesn't manage to escape. And then M with a beautiful play actually saves his Hellion on 2 health points. Would you look at that? We see a second barracks and a reactor going down, as well as Stimpack researching. And on Kira's side of the map, he's making a wall, shield battery here to protect from any any run-bys, which is quite unlikely considering the fact he is playing versus Terran player. And the Reaper here looking for some proxies, even though if he's looking for proxies, I would like him to go here or here, something like that. Luckily enough for N&M, such proxies are not present in this game, and we see the robotics bay here from Kira going for those suites with Colossi. Probably an observer in the production tab is gonna go out and scout whatever is going to happen. Now the Reaper, is he gonna get any scouting information? Well, not really. He gets sniped, doesn't see the robotics facility, the robotics bay, which is not the best thing that can happen to you, but it's manageable, at least on in this division. Now, Kira setting up his observer here in observation mode, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, and pretty much seeing the whole entrance of N&M's, but N&M actually seeing the observer and sniping it down. A pretty good pickup from our Diamond 3 or 2 player. On the other side of the map, we see Kira going for a third base. And going for that sweet Colossus I was talking about. A sentry was in the production tab, and another observer goes into N&M's base to have some scouting information. Now we see that both players are supply blocked, and Kira was the first to supply unblock himself. In this game, we see N&M not quite spending his mule energy just yet. The Helios tried to do some harassment damage, took down half of this pilot's shield, but the Stalkers managed to defend it pretty well. The third base almost done. Actually, this third base is gonna finish up before the third base of the Protoss, which is pretty impressive considering that usually the Protoss player builds his third base first. These Hellions here scouting more and more, doesn't quite see this spotter pylon here, but that's fine for the time being at least, considering that the N&M isn't making any drops for the moment. Now, a peculiar decision here from the Terran player from RBB3, he's building a planetary fortress on his third base, which is not something standard, a Phoenix hallucination going into the main base to do some scouting. Let's see what Kira sees. 2 more barracks, the command center, the planetary fortress actually, he sees the planetary. And that's pretty much it. He saw the 2 medivacs, probably, not quite sure. And we see in the production tab, something great is happening. +1 weapons, thermal lances, Psystorm in the production tab. Kira is teching like crazy, and N&M should do something about it because this really good upgrades kick in, because after that it's gonna be real tricky because N&M is gonna need tanks, Vikings, probably ghosts even, versus the High Templars, of course. I like how Kira actually spawned to the High Templars so they can charge up a little bit of energy before actually going into battle. Two more spawning in, three zealots. Actually, speaking of zealots, charge on the way, but now a huge drop with 3 medevacs going into the main base, obliterating absolutely everything in it. Gonna try to pick down the Colossus, actually manages to take one and saves the 3 of the medevacs. What a beautiful play so far. Actually, unloading here was quite the misclick, but thankfully Kira Stalkers don't have the blink research. Well, thankfully for NNM, of course, and manages to actually get the full medevac to safety. Or is he? Is he? And gets it. Gets it. Okay, okay. And the Marauder goes there to defend. Now, that was pretty beautiful from NNM, but we see a huge Protoss army going to the third base, and I was going to talk about this planetary fortress and how this could be more of a con, but considering that NNM is down the army supply, this planetary fortress just might be a pretty good thing to happen, even though I'm not sure how long it's gonna last. Doing a pretty good job, the bio of NNM here, trying to tank a little bit of the damage from the Colossi and the charge loss mostly, but loses the 2 Vikings, and the Colossus is on, let me click it, on 2 health. That's absolutely crazy, guys. And now Akira is gonna try to attack from a different location. Keep in mind that the thermal lances is done, Psystorm is done, +1 as well, and NNM has the combat shields. He doesn't have the concussive shells, which is quite a problem. And let's see how this is gonna turn out. A couple of zealots go in. The other charge lots absolutely melting, but 2 Archons are going to sandwich the army. Psystorming go down. The Colossus goes down as well, which is good for the Terran player. The planetary fortress actually greets the 2 Archons here, and this medevac barely survives, but actually keeps almost all of them alive. A pretty good defense from NNM so far. He's doing absolutely great. Now his 2-2 is going to kick in, +1 vehicle armor, and 3 ghosts in the production tab. Brave Samwise asking for the bracket. Yeah, we currently don't have Twitch bot commands, but my friend, if you scroll down in the panels, you can see the challenge links for whichever division you want to find them in. Now the Prism goes home, defeated the bigger EMP research in the production tab. 3-3. NNM absolutely on top with his upgrades. 4th base goes down as well. Not on its place, but Terran can always lift it. It's an OP race after all, so what do you expect from the little humans? We see the Prism here trying to find a good location to warp in some charge lots, maybe, or maybe just return home. He, I don't know its gender, so help me out in the Twitch chat, but it's quite confused at the moment. It went from here to actually a big army is gathering here, and I wonder if NNM is planning to attack. If he does, actually, it's gonna be quite a good decision, considering there are around 6 Vikings, a couple of ghosts to neutralize the High Templars. So this is overall a pretty good army. 2 tanks as well in the production tab. We see +2 starting just now for the Protoss player, and 3-3 for NNM is halfway done. We see a second forge as well, a very good decision. So Kira can start the +1 armor or probably shield upgrades for the Archon units. 4th base goes down, 4th base goes down for the Terran as well. A couple of charge loss. Actually gonna pick up these tanks, which is a pretty good bounty for just 3 zealots, or at least that was what was left of the war pin. Manages to save this tank, but loses 2 tanks here. But as you can see, so far NNM trades more efficiently. In the Protoss base, nothing particularly interesting happens. Another zealot goes down here. Kira is trying to saturate his base, and I suggest to Kira to do something because a big, huge, in fact, Terran army is going in. 6 siege tanks, a bunch of Vikings, and a couple of ghosts. This is looking pretty scary for Kira, and I'm afraid he doesn't have enough charge loss to deal with this. Nor he has the money, but does he have the army supply? Losing 3 charge loss here, which is not the best thing you can do in such situation. The High Templar goes ahead and gets an EMP on just one. Okay, EMPs the charge lots as well, which is actually pretty great. Another wave of charge lots warping in. Okay, so Kira is right now is doing the better decision. Oh, EMPs the army. Is he gonna be able to do it once again? Not quite. I'm afraid. I'd like to see NNM actually sieging a little bit in front, like a little bit forwards, maybe here and here. Do a concave with the siege tanks, or actually sending a small squadron to attack the fort base. Instead, he's gonna try and snipe the Colossi with the Vikings here, or at least poke a little bit. Actually, 15 viewers in the Twitch chat. That's absolutely great, guys. Thank you so much for watching this stream with me and actually taking your time to watch. Now the Marauders only going in, which is a pretty good move. One storm goes down but doesn't really hit much. A ghost went down, I think. Okay, so EMP on one High Templar, but a lot more High Templars are going down, and this army is quite exposed. The Colossi are gonna go down, which is great, but there's still too many High Templars with a lot of energy, and this means a lot of storms. The Marauders are tanky, of course, but I'm not sure this is the best trade. But as you can see, there are a lot of tanks, which even in siege do quite a lot of damage. Let's see how they're gonna perform. But now NNM should evacuate as quickly as possible because these tanks are not the thing you want to lose. Okay, saves 3 of them, which is quite good. He traded efficiently-ish. Yeah, he is keeping a good level of trades so far. +3 is done for the Terran player as well as the buildings armor. +3 vehicle weapons halfway done. And the upgrades for the Protoss goes +2 with +3 beginning just now. And +1 armor, 1/3 complete. I'd like to see actually NNM doing some damage on Kira's economy, because as you can see, Kira's expansions are absolutely exposed. Well, except this one maybe. But yeah, the natural, the fourth base as well, absolutely exposed, all of them. So I'd like to see some economic damage from NNM's side. We see Blink on the 17th minute into the production tab. More High Templars, single Colossus, and Charge Lots warping in, which is a pretty good composition. 2 Thors, some more bio, actually a lot of bio standing in the main base. 2 more barracks goes down, a pretty good decision in my opinion, because, well, as Terran versus Protoss, you can never have enough bio. 2 spotter pylons, but guess what? I'm gonna block the rocks here, but I'm gonna see that you're blocking the rocks here, so nothing. NNM with a really good move, but not really able to use the moment of surprise. And another engage is gonna go down any second now. A lot of charge lots. Let's switch to units tab. 27 charge lots, 2 Colossi, and 7 High Templars. NNM planning to send a small squadron here, scout the situation a little bit. That's a lot of charges. That's 37 zealots with +3. +3 is not done yet, but it's gonna finish pretty soon. So NNM, I'd like to see NNM attacking before the +3 finishes, which is gonna happen just now. Okay, Kira here with a little bit of an anti-timing, but still pretty okay. Not many of the tech units of NNM survived, which the previous fight, which is not that great. We see +3 finishing up right now. NNM forcing to retreat, and actually Kira was a little bit ahead of supply for a couple of seconds. Despite actually all the difficulties, Kira manages to set up a pretty good economy. 72 workers, 72 workers. 5 bases, well, let's call it 4 because this one is pretty empty. A fleet beacon, so he's going Sky Toss. And actually, I really like his play so far. 5 Colossi, a bunch of Templars, 7 to be specific. Yep, and this is pretty serious splash damage, and I want to see NNM doing something about it. He's not really currently doing much about it. He needs liberators, that's for sure, because as you can see, this army, okay, before those Stalkers had literally no anti-air. And now we're gonna be watching a huge engage of the army. The charge lot's coming in, but the real problem and the real scary thing is those Templars dropping more storms. But the Thor is gonna flank. This is the best flank I've seen. Honestly, the Thor is gonna go down. No, and the medevac, the full medevac actually goes down. But Kira lost some workers, but managed to save the Nexus, which is important. 2 command centers, both of them planetary fortresses. Noise. If I could say so myself. 3 planetary fortresses in the production tab. What's happening? Okay. Kira actually leading up in army supply and managing to attack, which is great. I mean, the best thing in the game you can do is having the lead in army supply and actually using this lead. Now they equal out a little bit, but the doors with the high impact, high loads impact, or something like that, managing to snipe the Colossi, which is a pretty good move. And NNM kind of managing to trade here. He's behind an army supply, which is not great, as you can see. Kira still trading a little bit more inefficiently, but that's still okay. I'd like him to save this command center, yeah, just like that. But we see more army here for Kira, who is now leading an army supply almost all the time. We see a fusion core dropping in from the pink Terran player. And we see the big boys coming in from the starport. I like their setup. They're playing a little bit passive, but that's okay for the time being. 2 more battle cruisers in the production tab. This game is gonna be lit, guys. A single carrier for some flavor in the army composition. And yes, as I said, I'd like to see NNM doing some economy damage. He makes Marines, he makes some bio, 2 more Thors. Actually, the Thors seemed like a good idea. But what NNM needs right now are medevacs, and he needs them now. Okay, let's see. Kira fortifying this position once again, but the exposed position. Okay, they're here now. NNM realizes there is a base here. Does he realize there's another base here? Yeah, he knows about that one. We see another carrier in the production tab, plus 3 armor, halfway down for the Protoss player, and +1 shield, halfway done. A mothership into the production tab as well. What is happening in this game? And more Stargates, actually 3 of them, are on the battlefield. A big 3 medevac size drop in the 6th base, excuse me, of the Protoss player. The Nexus is gonna go down for no. Why didn't you snipe the Nexus? No. And then you should have sniped the Nexus because first and foremost, it pisses off the Protoss player, and secondly, he needs to rebuild it in order to mine from this location, or at least mine efficiently from this location. I'd like to see where the battle cruisers at. Where are they? Okay, okay, so NNM is going to do some weird harassment probably with the BCs, but thing is, if he's going to have enough time to do this, because Kira is slowly but surely maxing out, and this can be quite troublesome for the Terran player. And on Kira's side of the map, we see a full sky toss transition, 2 carriers into the production tab, a mothership almost done. That's pretty much it. He resumes mining from this 6th base. And NNM is doing command centers like crazy, banking up resources, which is great because he's maxed out. Yamato Cannon in the production tab, +3 air weapons, and the battle cruisers were spotted, unfortunately. And the quick switch of the mechanical units. Let's see what's gonna happen now. The battle cruisers coming in, sniping this assimilator, which is not the best thing you can do with battle cruisers, but that's okay. That's okay. Let's see now that they're coming in, and they need to escape any second now because it's getting quite scary for them. Okay, one goes out. Is the second gonna go out? Actually, pretty good trade so far, and he escapes with the PCs. 4 carriers in the production tab, and now NNM knows what's what. But Kira knows as well. 3 Tempests into the production tab. This battle cruiser goes in, but 3 cannons are ready to greet it, so it retreats, obviously. And is he gonna snipe the Nexus? Tell me you're gonna snipe the Nexus. He did it. And absolutely great play this time, but the army is ready to... Okay, didn't manage to do that much damage. And now the Stalkers are trying to chase, but actually a big fight is forming. But the scary part is those 5 carriers, and I'm not sure that NNM has enough anti-air to deal with it. Let's see what's gonna happen. Pretty good storm on the bio. Yamato Cannon goes down on the Colossi, which is okay. The battle cruisers have big armor, so the storm doesn't do much about it. And actually, NNM looking pretty good. Double the army supply, destroying the carriers. And is this gonna be a GG with NNM taking game 1 of this best of 4? Oh my goodness. Chasing the Tempest, and this is GG! NNM takes game 1. Let's switch some scenes, do some stuff. Wait for the game to load so we can jump into the next replay. Yeah, absolutely GG, well played from NNM here. And I can't wait to see what happened in game 2 between those absolutely amazing players. It's already game 1 and they're showing us some great games. Okay, so we should be loading Eternal Empire. By the way, Brave Samwise and Matish SC1 SC2, thank you for the follows. Thank you so much, guys. And after the cool signature song, jumping into game 2 in the bottom left corner of the gold map. The purple golden Protoss, because they're always so shiny. This is the representative of Confed. Let me hear you in the Twitch chat for Kira! And his opponent, who took game 1 in a fearsome style with lots of heavy Terran firepower. This is the pink, as I said, Terran from RBP3. NNM! By the way, guys, tell me if the sound is okay in the Twitch chat, so I can know if I need to do some adjustments to it. And don't forget that after this game, we're gonna cast another best of 4, and it's gonna be a master tier, Frost versus Doniel, which is gonna be a TVZ, I think. But don't quote me on that because I'm not entirely sure. So the SCV going to scout. Standard openers from both players so far. The SCV is gonna see everything. Yeah, gonna see that absolutely is quite okay. It's gonna see the expansion on its way out. And yeah, that's pretty much all that's gonna happen. A second CC again on the high ground, and an M wants to be sure nothing is gonna surprise him on the low ground. And actually rightfully so, considering the fact that the previous game there was an adept in his natural base. And if the CC wasn't on the high ground, this adept was gonna delay his game a lot. The Reaper looking for some proxies, expecting some shenanigans after game 1, and actually he's right to expect that, because after such a long game, the player sometimes gets tired and wants to do something quick. A RoboBay in the Protoss's main, it's gonna be the same composition probably. And from NNM's side, he goes with the Reaper into the main base. He scouts. Is he gonna see it? Is he gonna click on it? Oh no! I'm not sure if he clicked on it. I think he didn't, which is not the best thing that can happen, because now he doesn't really know what's going on. As you can see, he's checking for proxies once more, make sure he doesn't get cheesed or something like that, even though it's quite late for a cheese play here. The adept going in, and third base goes down for the Protoss player. Actually quite greedy, or maybe NNM is a little bit behind in economy, because he was expecting something more cheeky probably. Now the adept is gonna shade in, and oh, there's a mule, so he should be very careful with this mule. You don't want to lose your mule, especially seconds after spawning in, and now the adept is gonna see it. Oh no! Oh no! Okay, he lost the mule, which is it's a little bit bad. It's actually not a little bit, it's quite bad. The tank manages to bash off this attack. An observer coming in to light up the situation for the Protoss player. Actually, I really like the style with the spotter pylons from Kira. 3 more gateways going down. the observer is gonna see basically whole production of NNM absolutely for free. Mm, and yep, it saw everything, it knows everything. NNM with a pretty good spending, and Kira with 700 minerals floating. Okay, okay, he's trying to spend them as well, but actually he might be waiting for his warp pin wave, so it's not be on spending, it might be just banking on purpose. Two probes going somewhere, I wonder why. Oh, maybe for the watchtower here. I'd like to see one of the probes going on this watchtower here, and the observer once again is gonna scout absolutely everything. Mm, and see that NNM is still on two bases only, while third base for Kira is done, which is a huge lead, as you can see, not only in number of bases, but Kira leading with 11 workers, which, as you can see, reflects the economy a lot, both in minerals and gas acquirements. Now, I wonder if NNM is going to see the observer here. In theory, he sees it, but it's invisible for a reason, so let's see what's going to happen. A Void Ray, which is quite strange in my opinion. I honestly forgot about these units. When did they exist? What? Heart of the Swarm, you say? Hmm, possible, possible. But you can see the immediate switch to Sky Toss from Kira. He wants to go for it. He wants to force this late game from his opponent. Actually, the Sky Toss is could be looking pretty good versus Terran, especially if Terran is not yet developed his economy properly, which seems to be the case with NNM starting his third base just now, while Kira is having his fourth base done on 32% approximately. An attack is forming, and the two Marines are gonna scout, see the Zealot, snipe the Zealot, three more Zealots, but they have not research charge, so this is gonna be a little bit tricky. And now this is the problem for Kira and his Sky Toss. He's gonna recall his army. Let's see what he has. Probes, what? Well, what just happened? Oh, okay, okay. So this might end pretty badly for Kira, even though he looked quite good with the Sky Toss and with the Sky Toss undisturbed. But now all the interceptors go down, the Liberator coming in, and all of a sudden Kira has absolutely nothing to defend. The second carrier goes down, but what are you gonna do with it? I mean, what's happening for Kira right now? He was so much ahead in economy, and in the brink of a second, everything turned around for him. GG! NNM takes the lead with 2-0. Actually, a pretty quick game. Hello there, Chuanga at Majo, still watching us. NNM, virtually Korean, Winsok, V and K, not still watching us. Hello there, and Alfred Judokus. Hello, guys, to all of you. And let's see what's gonna happen in the third game, especially if I log into my EU account. Logging in. By the way, guys, something I forgot to mention, but I should have definitely mentioned. If you go down, I mean, scroll the stream, you're gonna see some cool panels. In those panels, we have everything. We have YouTube, Discord, PayPal, and stuff. What I want from you, and I need your help for this, go to the Matcherino links. There are four of them for each division, and use the codes to donate 50 cents to the prize pool. So this way you help yourself a lot because if you think about it, this is your prize pool. You are fighting in this tournament for this prize pool, so it's something really cool. Jumping into game 3. And something actually I didn't mention before, a huge thanks to a character who donated 41 freaking dollars to the prize pool of the Diamond Division. So right now, these guys there are fighting for $50 prize pool. So holy moly. I mean, just imagine. Thank you so much, character, for your donation. I wish you best of luck in the tournament. And this means a lot to us. Now let's jump into game 3. In the top left corner of Nightshade, this is a Terran who's been performing absolutely great so far in the series. The pink member of RBP3, this is Nikolai NNM! Nikolai Manolov, actually, and these are his initials. And his opponent in the bottom right, the Protoss player who needs your support in the Twitch chat, so let me hear you. This is Kira! Both of them are making standard openers so far, which is good. We're gonna see maybe something familiar to game 1. Who knows? And by the way, let's talk a little bit about some side stuff while these players establish the game. The games that we select to cast, for example this one, the games are based on the fun value you put in your replays. So if there's a game you really liked, there's a game you thought it was very interesting, very dynamic, back and forth matches, or some base trade, or the cheesiest cheese you've ever cheesed your opponent with, mark the fun value high, and we're gonna cast it. For example, these games were with fun value 6 or 7, and I definitely see why, actually. The Reaper coming in, the Reaper comes in, sees Protoss base, and absolutely everything in it. Oh, he misses to scout the Robo Bay, but is he gonna scout it? Okay, he scouts it, but he doesn't clicked on it, and now the Reaper is gonna go down. This was sad, but actually it was sad only. For the Terran player, it was absolutely great for Kira, actually. And now we see the first build as game 1. 2 Hellions into the production tab. So this is great. I was fixing some cables on the keyboard, so that's why I screwed up. The Adept coming in once again, but this time is gonna see 5 freaking SCVs and only 2 Hellions to stop it. The one SCV is gonna go down, but the Adept is in danger. Is he gonna save itself? He saves the Reaper on 5 hit points, and now the Stalker comes in to avenge his brother's wounds. As you can see, Hellions do nothing versus Stalkers, but the big boy comes in with the big shells. The Stalker goes down, but not without the price of a Hellion. On the other side of the map, we see absolutely the same thing that's happening. An Observer, a Robotics Bay, and this is going to be a Colossus play once again. Something actually you should consider doing in this tournament, since it's a best of 4, and this means that if you play with one strategy 4 times, you're going to get pretty predictable pretty quickly. So a thing you should do is randomize your strategies, do something new as much as possible. The Hellions goes in, and let's see how damage they can do. Some probes go down, a lot of probes go down. Holy freaking! I'm sorry, I'm not gonna say this because I'm not gonna risk getting banned, but almost the whole mineral line goes down. This is already 15 workers taken down from 4 Hellions. This is a trade you're gonna do every single day, and actually more are gonna go down or not. Yep, one more goes down, and this is the end of the harassment. But I mean, 17 workers. Now NNM is leading double the income, considering that he has 10 workers more without the mules. Third base goes down, 2 energy base, 3 supply depots. NNM's production is exploding right now, and why shouldn't it, considering it did so much economical damage. The only thing NNM should be worried about is that he's behind in supply, but I suppose he's gonna match the army supply of his opponents pretty quickly. On Kira's side of the map, it's a little bit of a dismay. Third base goes down, but there are no workers. He's constantly producing workers, and that's definitely the right thing you can do. He cannot produce that much of an army. One Colossus is gonna go out any second now. I wonder if I'm gonna see a second one going out. Probably not anytime soon, because Kira needs to take care of his economy. A Twilight Council and a Forge going down. Double medevac drop is headed for. Oh, it's actually gonna pick up this base, potentially this base, and these are gonna be even more wasted money from Kira. Let's see what's gonna happen now. The medevacs come in, and they see the Nexus. Is NNM gonna react? He does. He does, and now Kira must send everything he has. He sees a third base as well, and this is not looking great. He's gonna lose this base absolutely for free, and then he's gonna back up. He's gonna back off. What a great play, honestly. A third base going down for him, a fourth base in the production tab, 1-1 almost done. Concussive shells as well, and Stimpack and combat shoots already completed. His army standing in the main base, the tank sieging up with a good defensive position. 2 Colossi out, but still, things are... Actually, Kira is managing to get himself back into the game. Okay, good reactions from NNM, not sacrificing his army in this base, and now he's gonna drop into the main. Let's see how Kira is gonna react. There's absolutely nothing, and the whole mineral line might go down. A lot of workers falling already, and Kira was just about to get himself back on his feet. And his economy was shattered once again. A gateway goes down. Is he gonna take out a force? No, he decides to get the robotics bay, but decides to save this army. Actually, I like this decision quite a lot. Some charged lots, some zealots still warping in and managing to successfully defend the third base. As you can see, NNM spending 2 times less resources on killed units. The planetary on the third base, and let's see if there's gonna be a planetary, an orbital command or a planetary fortress. And then with the huge and amazing lead, I absolutely love it. Making more and more factories for tanks. I really love the composition he uses, especially versus Kira. Managing to set up a well siege lines with his tanks, poking the Colossi with the Vikings, and an overall great performance from him. Now he's gonna come out of his base. I'd like to see some siege tanks with him. Okay, 2 tanks. Actually, how many tanks? Oh, 2. That's all the tanks he has. This observer is gonna see any second now what's coming for the purple Protoss player. And how is he gonna defend it? We see Storm, but we see High Templars, but Storm is not near done. In fact, it just begun its research. Stalker in the production tab. Good call to make them into Archons, but let's see how this fight is gonna turn out. He sieges up. Actually, the siege are quite too far. I'd like to see the siege lines maybe somewhere here or here. But still, pretty good play from Kira. He scouts the third base. And is gonna try to attack, but now that this siege tank is exposed, the Vikings do a lot of damage on the Colossi. One's gonna go down. Second's gonna go down? Maybe? Maybe? Okay, second goes down, but I'm not sure that NNM has enough Vikings to pick up a second one. This one lives, and overall a pretty good defense from Kira. But actually, I take my words back. Never mind. The whole third base's economy is in ruins. The whole mineral line is gone. Kira left with 35 workers only, and economically speaking, this game is getting tougher and tougher for the purple Protoss. An armor in the production tab, so actually a second armor in the production tab. 1-1. 2-2 for the upgrade, so we're waiting for the 3-3 to be completed. And the Protoss is going for a counter-attack. Something he should definitely do. A good choice in my opinion. He's gonna try and attack this fourth base, which is actually a good choice because it's very exposed. The Terran army is quite confused. Oh boy, oh no, okay. And the Protoss is going to attack here. The Bio, quick to respond. Actually, the Planetary Fortress doing a hell of a job defending. I was a bit skeptical about the Planetary Fortress's strategy of NNM, but seeing it now, it's actually doing a pretty great job. It saved his first game, now it's saving his third game. Kira's having PTSD from the Terran Bio already, as you can see. 10 freaking tanks in the unit composition, as well as 6 Marauders and 5 Vikings, and all of this is going to attack here. The tank sieging, but actually losing a lot of them to charge lots and Archons. The Colossi attacking from behind, and this is actually a very bad position to be in as a Terran player. The Vikings doing quite a lot of damage to the Colossi, and they're gonna pick the last of it. No, it manages to recall, but still 2 Colossi going down. The army is saved. The SCVs are ready to repair absolutely everything, and Kira going for an immediate counterattack. He smells blood. He knows he's ahead in army supply, and he knows he needs to do something right here, right now. And the place he chooses to attack is again the fourth base. But is NNM gonna save it? No, he absolutely abandons it, trying to save his workers. Attack sieging up. Only one Colossus in the army. The bio is stimming, but the High Templars are coming in, and this is looking pretty scary for the NM here. The Charge Loss doing a lot of damage, a lot more than NM wants to on his bio. He starts losing SCVs as well. He's pulling the boys. These Vikings are confused. A storm goes down, and I think Kira will manage to take this third map. They are NM's pulling the boys a Tor, but this Tor simply doesn't have enough DPS. Manages to take down an Archon. Actually, doesn't. Okay, manages to take down an Archon. But look at how much workers NM just lost. The Tor. He actually manages to take the Tor. Two more go out, and oh, okay. NM actually defends his base. And is actually a hidden army supply. Holy moly. NM playing his heart out in his first series. So I am so glad to see him performing so well in this TvP, a match that I personally struggle a lot with. And seeing a teammate of mine doing such a great job in it simply fills my heart with joy. We see 3-3 plus 2 armor plus 1 vehicle weapons. Plus 3 vehicle weapons actually is going to be done in a second. And NM replacing his fourth base with his main command center. Actually, we have 9 viewers in the Twitch chat if my calculations are correct. So, thank you so much, guys, for watching this amazing TvP with me. Another drop is gonna occur soon. Okay, and NM is going for it. He's probably gonna go in the natural. And this is gonna be a very good decision for the Terran player since there's almost nothing there. Okay, yeah, there's simply nothing there. And let's see how Kira is going to respond to this. We're gonna switch to his camera. See what's gonna happen. And he notices the harassment. It's already too late for the probes, I'm afraid. He's sending the army, and let's see what's gonna happen. NM is just gonna retreat and never come back to this place, which is pretty good for him. Kira is tired of this game, wants to do something about it, and I'm retreating actually. But the Zealots with the speed closing in on their targets, and this bio needs to run for its life. 4 tanks, 3 Thors, and this is okay. This was just half of NM's bio, and was the army composition for Kira actually some High Templars, a lot of charge lots, good for Archons, which is good for tanking. And now he's gonna attack the 4th tanks, which is pretty good because suddenly the splash damage is gone for the Terran player. There is no planetary here this time, and actually Kira looking quite solid, but these 3 Thors, English is hard, doing a lot of damage, but the Immortals doing even more, and the 3 Thors go down, and this is GG, well played! Kira takes the 3rd game, and these 2 players get tied to 2-1. What an absolutely great game from both of them so far. I don't even feel that I'm casting this from replay. I mean, it looks so epic. Yep. Hello to Vifinst, or Vifinst. I'm pretty sure it's called Vifinst actually. Winsock once again. Miamarant 336. And of course, Chuanga. Welcome back to all of you. Let's jump into game 4. And after that, I'm gonna make a short pause so I can recover my voice a little bit because my throat hurts. And after that, we're gonna continue with the Masters games. As I said, Doniel versus Frost. Hello, Mr. Stork. Welcome in the Twitch chat, and ladies and gentlemen, let's jump into game 4. Alright guys, let's jump into the game. This is the last game of this best of 4, and in the bottom right corner of Simulacrum, let me hear you for the Terran player who's performing absolutely great so far. This is NNM! And his opponent with the purple pieces, this is the Protoss, who managed to take the 3rd game of the series. A player who I'm absolutely astonished of. This is Confit Kira! And as Scorpion is typing in the Twitch chat, guys, scroll down below the stream and click all the Matcherino pages so you can donate. Basically, what you do, you give 30 seconds of your time, which means for 30 seconds you're not going to be watching the stream, you're going to be only listening to my beautiful voice. You give 30 seconds of your time and you give 50 cents to the prize pool. And imagine if the 108 people who signed up for a tournament do this. These are basically $50 for each category, for each division, which makes it a total of $200 raised only from this type of donation. So definitely check this out. Check the marketplace also, because we have some pretty cool items. And yeah. Now, returning to the game, we see that everything is absolutely standard. So far, the Reaper checking for some proxies, but seeing nothing there. And we see from Kira, he's opening in a standard way as well. He isn't blocking the ramp, which is here, which is quite strange. Maybe he got confused, or maybe there's a ramp here, but I highly doubt it, honestly. The Reaper, still anxious, checking for even more proxies. He checked even here. Damn. 3 gateways, actually 2 gateways and a robo go down. Is this a... no, it's not a full wall. There's an entrance here, and we see NNM placing down the CC, three barracks in total, a starport in the production tab. The clash between the Reaper and the Adept begun and ended as quickly as it began, honestly. And then I'm doing an orbital command, Twilight Council once again, and let me just enter the score, which I forgot to do. The Reaper coming in. Is he gonna be able to take out a probe? The Reaper is more intimidated of the probes than they are of him, and retreats as the Stalker comes in to play. Reaper's like, oh no, I don't want to play with you. You're too big and have 4 legs and some little pointy hands here. If you think about it, guys, the Stalker is like a weird version of a mechanized T-Rex. I mean, look at it. It has huge feet and very little hands, and he can basically do nothing with them. No wonder it's a ranged unit, not a melee. I mean, yeah. Okay, but as I was talking stuff, we see the building into the production tab. We see a prism, and this is gonna be a clown fiesta, guys. Kira going with the shenanigans in game 4, and does NNM have anything to say about it? Absolutely no, because, okay, he has an edge bay, which is good, which is very good. So he will be able to make missile turrets, but he has no Raven. He doesn't know about the Dark Shrine, as you can see. The Reaper still scouting for proxies. I can't believe how paranoid that is. Third base is planned to go down around now, or not. Okay. Dark Shrine finishes. 4 Dark Templars warping in. I want to see where they're gonna hit. And there they are. The Dark Templars are in the main base, but an immediate scan manages to take out one, but simply the Dark Templars' DPS is too big, and does NNM have a second scan? I don't think so. So this army is gonna go down pretty quickly. Trying to snipe the prism, but no. Yeah, that's literally what's gonna happen. Just no. One Templar goes down, but so many SCVs going down, and this is not looking great for NNM. The whole base is in disarray. He needs a Raven ASAP. He needs to swap the factory with the starport and do something. 2 more Dark Templars go down, but another one still in the base doing shenanigans. We see already Kira 13 workers ahead, and he keeps 4 more Templars this time. The missile turret. So right now NNM has he has detection, but does he have the army to actually deal with this Dark Templars? I don't think so. And they keep sniping more and more SCVs with every hit they do. NNM manages to save himself for now, but at what cost? 22 SCVs, and the harassment is not done. Actually normal zealots coming in. The prism is gonna come out, and already definitely not the best position you can be in as a Terran player. You see, these Marines are pissed off. And third base going down for Kira. He's very sure in his play. He can basically afford himself to expand, make a third base, make some more workers. You see more and more harassment, but the prism goes down, which is good actually. But a lot of Marines go down, and actually really good micro with the Marines. Manages to save all of them, and I gotta tell you right now, NNM needs every unit he can afford. Even the medevacs have no energy from healing so much, and as you can see, they cannot even heal the bio. He's on 27 workers. Kira has double the workers. The observer goes down, which is cute. A Colossi, 2/3 out already. The big head of the Colossus is showing out of the robotics facility, excuse me, and he's gonna come out just now. 2 Archons warping in, and a drop with 8 Marines going to the Protoss side of the map, and using the afterburners for some boost. Oh no! Oh, okay, excuse me. What did I do? Oh, sorry, I misclicked and moved the replay 5 seconds early or something like that. Maybe 10 seconds actually. To Dark Templars warped here, warping into an Archon. Now the Protoss player sees what's going on, but does he actually see? Okay, he does. The Marines go down, but a quick evacuation and a very good reaction from NNM, from Kira, excuse me. Now NNM is gonna try to snipe the Artosis pylon. He manages to do so successfully and runs out with only 2 casualties. Let's see how this game is gonna turn out. So far, so good for Kira, having doubled the army supply and the supply in general. And I'm going for a third base, but as you can see, the Kira's third base is already saturated. He has 3 Archons, an Immortal, a Colossi for splash damage, more Stalkers warping in, and right now Kira has double the army supply. So he has the worker advantage, the army advantage. He just needs to move at this point of the game because of this so successful harass with the DTs in the early game stages. Now the tanks and the army of NNM are both out of position. Let's see if, again, I'm gonna speed up a little. Gonna speed up more. So we can, okay. And let's see. Oh no. Okay, NNM has no idea what's coming for him. And now the Protoss army, which is huge and terrifying and scary, are gonna actually pretty good micro with the Zealot here. Dodging the Widowmine shot, evacuating the SCVs. This command center is gonna down so quickly. And NNM will be down to 1 base, which, as you can guess, is not the best thing that can happen to you, especially considering the fact that your opponent is on 3. The Protoss is raining havoc in the Terrans is natural. He's supply blocked. I mean, the Terran supply blocked NNM. There is I don't know what NNM can do to return in this game. Honestly, he's down in economy. He's down in supply, and I am pretty worried for the member of RBP3 here. Ooh, a good siege tank shot. Only 1, but considering how much of a punch these bad boys pack, it's not that harmless. We see a 3rd CC, but I think NNM should spend those money in supply depots. Okay, and army now, he's going for a big doom drop, but the problem is he's gonna... Oh no! Oh no! Oh my god! Oh no, 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 no! This is an instant GG right here, right now. NNM losing all of his army. That was absolutely painful to watch, guys. Right now, NNM is down to 2 tanks and 3 Vikings, and nothing can stop the purple Protoss from just attacking. He's checking for a 3rd base. There's none. He's gonna break the rocks. But honestly, the only thing he should do is just move here and finish the game. These Vikings are patrolling. This tank is probably gonna siege up, but what is Kira doing? He should attack. He got this. Oh, he's even splitting his army. Damn. But I mean, I like his approach. He approaches the game very seriously and very safely. He really wants to take this one. These 3 siege tanks actually doing a lot more damage than I anticipated, and this is GG. Kira takes game 4, which ties the series 2-2. Okay, guys. Well, we're gonna make a short pause now, and we're gonna return with the second series, which are gonna be Doniel versus Frost. I'm very hyped and excited to see how this is gonna go. Now we're gonna make. Actually, we're gonna stop the stream, resume it again with a 5-7 minute pause, and we're gonna return. Once again, thank you for watching this series. Be sure to stay for the second one and donate via Match Arena. See ya.